Hello students, in this session we are going to discuss the last stage of metallurgy, okay, that is refining of crude metal. Now let us try to recall what are the different steps involved in the extractions of metal or in the process of metallurgy. So first is ore is crushed into small pieces, right? Then concentration of ore is done. Then the concentrated ore is converted into the metal oxide. Then metal oxide is reduced to crude metal. Then that crude metal, okay, is refined at the last stage in order to get the pure metal. Now refining is the process of purifying the impure metals. The choice of purification, now there are different purification processes, okay, and the choice of purification method depends on the nature of the metal and the impurities present. So one of such process or method is distillation. Okay, now this distillation is used to remove your non-volatile impurities from volatile metal. So this is for the purification of metal which are highly volatile or which have low boiling point, like zinc, cadmium, mercury. So these have low boiling point, right? Then in this process, okay, impure metal is heated, okay, and then what happen is the pure metal will vaporize and condense separately, leaving impurities behind. So this is how the separation of impurities is done. Next process or method of purification is liquefaction, okay, and this process is used for refining metals which have low melting point, like tin, lead, bismuth, etc. Now in this process, impure metal, okay, is heated on sloping hearth of furnace. Okay, so here impure metal is heated on sloping hearth of, okay, furnace. Then pure metal will flows, okay, away from your infusible impurities. That means impurities will left behind and only the pure molten metal will collected here. Now next, another method of purification is electrolytic refining. So this you have already studied in class 10. Okay, now this method is based on the principle of electrolysis. Now in this method, metal to be like in this method, okay, now impure metal which is need to be purified will be connected to the positive terminal of the battery, and pure metal will be connected to the negative terminal of the battery, and the two electrode will dipped in salt of its metal salt solution. So let us take an example of purification of copper. Okay, during purification of copper, your impure metal, okay, will act as anode, that is it will be connected to the positive terminal of the battery, and pure metal will connected to the negative terminal of battery, that means it will act as cathode, and it will dipped in its salt solution like copper sulfate. Okay, now when the battery or when the electricity is passed through the solution or this electrolyte, okay, what happen is the anode, the copper, okay, at anode will get oxidized to copper ion, which will go to the solution after losing 2 electron, and this copper ion will migrate toward the cathode, where it will get reduced after gaining 2 electron and will get deposit on the this cathode surface. Okay, now so that means your anode, which is your pure metal, okay, impure metal or copper, okay, will start dissolving, and because of that your whatever impurities, if it have no charge or neutral impurities like antimony, selenium, tellurium, okay, silver, gold, so it will start collecting on the bottom, okay, it will deposit at the bottom of this anode, and this impurity is what called anode mud. So this is how the purification is done. So this will start dissolving, leaving behind the impurity, and pure metal will start depositing on the surface of the cathode. Okay, now this method is again used to purify metals like silver, gold, zinc, aluminium, etc. So next is zone refining. Now the main principle is that the impurities, it is more soluble, okay, in molten state than in solid state of the metal. Now in this method, impure metal, okay, it is heated with the help of a circular mobile heater, okay, from one end. Now this result in formation of a molten zone. Okay, then as a heater, if this heater is moved along the length of the rod, pure metal will crystallize out, okay, and crystallize out from the melt form, and your impurities, okay, it will passes in the adjacent molten zone. So if it move here, then what will happen, this impurity will also move along this heater in the molten state, whereas your pure form of metal, okay, will crystallize at this end. So this method, okay, this method is repeated again and again until purest form of metal is obtained. बुझेको बुझेन again भयो यो प्रोसेसमा के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि now this is your metal which is to be purify, right, and यो यसलाई हिट गर्छ with the help of a circular mobile heater. सो हिट गर्दाखेरि के भयो भन्दाखेरि अब होल थिङ विल मेल्ट हैन, एउटा मोल्टन जोन फर्म हुन्छ. नाउ मोल्टन जोन फर्म हुँदाखेरि लाइक तिम्रो अब मेटल, प्योर मेटल जति पनि छ त्यो क्रिस्टलाइज भइहाल्छ भयो, क्रिस्टलाइज भएर सलिड मेटलमा फर्म हुन्छ. वेयरएज इम्प्युरिटी जुन छ त्यो इम्प्युरिटी चाहिँ रिमेन इन द मोल्टन स्टेट र इट विल मुभ अलङ विथ दिस हिटर. यो मुभ अब हिटर यता मुभ गर्यो भने तिम्रो दिस अगेन दिस पोर्सन हैन मेल्ट हुन्छ. सो मेल्ट हुँदाखेरि इम्प्युरिटी एक साइड हुन्छ र जति प्योर मेटल अगेन इट विल क्रिस्टलाइज इट दिस साइड. अनि यो के गर्छ, यो प्रोसेसलाई अब तिम्रो के हुन्छ, देन यहाँ मेटल, यो जुन चाहिँ प्योर मेटल यहाँ फर्म हुँदै जान्छ, इम्प्युरिटी तिम्रो हिटरको साथ मुभ हुँदै 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 जान्छ र इम्प्युरिटी एट द यो एन्डमा के गर्छ, निक्लिन्छ. ओके, नाउ यो प्रोसेसलाई के गर्छ, एक रिपिट गरिबस्छ अन्टिल एन्ड अनलेस यु वोन्ट गेट यु गेट द प्युरेस्ट फर्म अफ मेटल. सो दिस इज वाट कल जोन रिफाइनिङ. र यो प्रिन्सिपल के छ अरे, यर इम्प्युरिटी इज सल्युबल in molten state, okay, than in the solid state of the metal form. भनेपछि impurity चाहिँ तिम्रो molten state मै बसिबस्छ. So application is like this is used for purification of your usually semiconductors, okay, which are required in high purity, like तिम्रो silicon, germanium, boron, gallium, etc. को purification गर्छ with this method. Now next method is vapor phase refining. Okay, now your method ma what is done is like the metal, like you say, it is converted into volatile compound, and that volatile compound is collected somewhere else. Then it is thermally decomposed, okay, to get the pure metal. So let me explain this with the help of example. Now application, just a Mond process, right? So when your vapor phase refining ma one process is your Mond process. So this process is used to purify metal like nickel. अब यहाँ के गर्छ भन्दाखेरि फर्स्टमा निकललाई volatile compound मा convert गर्छ, right? So nickel is heated with your carbon monoxide, stream of carbon monoxide. So where it is converted to volatile complex nickel tetracarbonyl मा convert हुन्छ. Okay, now तिम्रो impurity बसिबस्छ, only your nickel will convert to this volatile compound. Now this volatile compound is again heated strongly and it will decompose. Okay, and यो के हुन्छ, it will get decomposed thermally, okay, and give pure nickel. जस्तै यता nickel जुन चाहिँ छ तिम्रो nickel tetracarbonyl, if on strong heating again decompose back to give pure nickel and your carbon monoxide. So this is your vapor phase refining. So here your metal will convert to volatile compound. Next similar method is Van Enkel method, and this is used for purifications of metal like zirconium and titanium, okay, and it is used for removing impurities like oxygen, nitrogen, etc. अब यहाँ पनि same method use हुन्छ. So यहाँ for purification of zirconium, okay, this Mond process ma जुन चाहिँ use गर्छ gas, that is iodine. So zirconium is heated with iodine, okay, then it form tetraiodide, zirconium tetraiodide, volatile compound collected somewhere else. Then this is again decomposed thermally to give pure zirconium and iodine gas. त्यसरी नै titanium, okay, impure titanium is heated with your iodine gas. It will give volatile compound of titanium tetraiodide. Okay, and this titanium tetraiodide is strongly heated to get back pure titanium and again iodine gas. So this is what called vapor phase refining. Now next, another method of purification of chromatographic method. Okay, now main principle is like a different component which is present in a mixture will get adsorbed on an adsorbent differently. That means some component will adsorb with higher degree, and some will adsorb with lower degree. So depending on that, this is what the principle of chromatographic method is. Now in this method, the mixture to be separated, okay, it is put in either liquid or gaseous medium. Then this is moved through the adsorbent, that is the stationary phase. Okay, now different component of your mixture will get adsorbed at different level depending on its degree of adsorption. Then later, okay, the adsorb component, whatever adsorb component are there, so that are removed by using suitable solvent. So that means in this chromatographic method there will be two component. Okay, one is your stationary phase that will not move, and one will be the mobile phase. And depending upon, okay, the physical state of this stationary phase and mobile phase, so there are different technique of chromatography. So like paper chromatography, column chromatography, gas chromatography. Paper chromatography you have already done in practical, so separation of your mixture of ink through paper chromatography. What you did, so you spotted mixture of ink, right, on a paper. Then you run that paper using water or some suitable solvent. Okay, na? Then slowly you can see the separation of ink. So how, why? Now the ink, the mixture of ink, the component which is present in ink will get adsorbed on the paper, some strongly, or then the one which is strongly adsorb on the paper, okay, will move slowly, okay, with the movement of your water. And the jo चाहिँ तिम्रो less strongly adsorb भएको छ, that will move faster. So this is how the two mixture of ink will get separated. Just a green ink will move faster than the blue ink, so red ink. So you have already done this. So how the two are separating is because the degree of adsorption of two ink is different. Right? Then next is your column chromatography. Okay, in paper chromatography, jun चाहिँ adsorbent cha, so that is the filter paper. Okay, stationary phase is filter paper, and eluent or the mobile phase jun चाहिँ cha, that is water. Okay. Now next is column chromatography. Now column chromatography ma ke huncha bhandakeri the mixer, okay, so the adsorbent which we are going to use, okay, is packed in this glass column. So you jun चाहिँ adsorbent, so that we can use alumina or silica depending upon the nature of the mixture to be separated. And the packed garcha, then the mixture, okay, to be separated or purified is taken in a suitable solvent and is applied on the top of the column. Okay, sir? And and the whatever component present here will adsorb with different degree on this adsorbent. Okay, then slowly what will happen is suitable polarity of solvent is run, that is the mobile phase is run through this column. Okay, now so when you run, now the component, like see here you can see the separation. Now the component with lower degree of adsorption will separated first, like red पहिला निस्किँदैछ किन यो फर्स्ट मा निस्क्यो, because the rate of adsorption of this component is very low भयो, so त्यसले गर्दा fast remove भयो. Then second is your this dark blue one भयो, त्यसको degree of adsorption is lesser than that of this blue color, हैन, यो separate bio. Now the one which with higher degree will be collected at the end. So this is how we can purify different component of a mixture, and it depends on the degree of adsorption, okay, of the component present in a mixture. So these are the different techniques of purifications of your metal, okay, and this chromatographic method is used when your compound to be separated or element to be separated is in very small amount or minute amount. Okay, thank you.